So if you've been struggling to figure out what you want to call your YouTube channel, then this is a video for you to watch, whether you've already started or you're just getting started. My name is CHAUNTEL DELGADO, and I am an organizational development consultant, and I help mom influencers build a business and a brand that they love by creating a brand that matters. If you are looking for tips and strategies on how to build a brand that matters, then definitely subscribe to this YouTube channel. So today we're going to talk about what we introduced in the beginning, which is how to create a YouTube brand name. Okay, it's a name that's going to stand out against the rest. And I think it's so important that you think about that from the beginning. If you're trying to build a following on any platform, if you want to have subscribers, have views, and you want to really build your influence, then you really have to think about, what is my name going to be? What is it going to represent? Now, it's something that you want to think a lot about, but I want to also, make note to you that it's not just about the name, but it's about the brand that you're putting out into the world. Okay. But that does start with the name. And so today we're going to give you some big ideas when we're talking about your brand name and what you want to think about. And then we're going to give you some practical tools at the end of the video that you can actually use to go out there and search your name and see what's available for you in this wonderful world of the internet. Because when you are building a brand, you want to think bigger than just what's my name, but what is my brand? What am I putting out into the world? And how can I make myself stand out and be different? So that's what I'm going to share with you today. And I want to know, what names have you guys come up with? Do you guys already have a name that you've been kind of working with and you're trying to figure out? We're here for community. So definitely leave that in the comment section below, and we will share with you what we think about your brand names. Okay, so let's talk about this step by step. So my beautiful jewels, the first thing I want you to think about is you don't want your brand name to be too long. You want to think about, what can people search, type in quickly to find me? And if it is going to be long, it needs to be something that people can recognize and spell without too much of a problem. Because if they can't spell it, okay, they can't remember it, they're never gonna find you. Okay, so don't make it too long. Don't include letters, numbers, and symbols, because that just gets confusing. And the more simplistic, the better. You have to think from the perspective of a viewer, okay, or someone who is sharing. We still know that word of mouth is the easiest way for information to be spread. It has been that way since the beginning of time, even with all the tools and gadgets that we have created over time. So if you know that to be true, then you have to make sure that when people speak your name, that they're able to connect that with you and find you quickly, because there's so much noise out there. There's so many people, uploading and posting and putting out content. So it needs to be memorable. It needs to be unique. It needs to have short, as short as you can. And if it's going to be longer, like I said, it must be memorable. Brand it. I want you to think about branding when you're thinking about your channel name. It's not just about the name, but the brand behind the name. I have a whole YouTube branding master course that's been, I've been working on really hard, because I've been on YouTube for 10 years and I've learned so much, and I want to share it with you guys. So stay tuned for that. I have a free YouTube training if branding is really important to you when you're thinking about, creating a brand, you're trying to learn more about this. It's the top 5 mistakes that new YouTubers make. Check it out in the description box below. It's completely free. So I want you to also understand that you can change your brand name. Okay, it is possible. YouTube will let you do that anytime. You check it out on their blog. They have it right there. I think that is great. So it takes the pressure off a little bit, but you don't want to do that if you can prevent it from the beginning. I've had the same YouTube channel name for 10 years and it has worked for me. It was the beginning name that I came up with in the beginning, and I continue to like it. And the reason is because it was really simple. It is my name, and then it's what I was doing. And I think that there's something really special about combining your name with what you're doing. If you can't think of anything else, just use your name. Your parents spent a long, hard time thinking about what they were going to call you, and the amazing thing about that is they did the work for you. Okay, they already went through all that. So just use the name that they gave you, and if that doesn't work for you, you can use part of your name. You can use nicknames. You know, it doesn't have to be anything extravagant. It just needs to be what people can remember. And more so than that, where people can find you. Okay, so tools and gadgets for how people can find you and what you want to consider, you know, when branding your YouTube channel name, coming at the end of the video. I want you to think about, you know, the fact that this needs to be professional. Okay, it's going to be your email. It's going to be the thing that people click on when they see your little thumbnail. They're going to click on that. And when they see it, if it's connected to the type of branding that you're doing, then they'll know. For example, Naturally Brittany, okay, she creates videos about being a natural mom. Mama Natural. She creates videos about being a natural mom. I just jumped on that bandwagon, okay? I've been producing videos on my askchauntel channel that really was all about relationship advice. And I'm like, I'm doing natural stuff. And I was like, you know what? I'm Naturally Chauntel. And so I made that channel name. So you just have to think about what connects my audience to what I'm doing. And that's what you're gonna want to create your channel name about. It can be completely different than your name. It can be completely different than what you do, but more so than anything, you want it to be unique. It has to be a part of you because you're the one that's going to be selling it. Okay, I want to give you a quick example of that. I used to work in retail. I worked at Nordstrom. I sold lots of clothes. I came back during kind of the recession time to another department because I worked, if you know anything about Nordstrom, they have different departments, and I went to the upper scale department, one above the one that I had went to as far as like how much money it cost to buy the clothes in that section. And it was individualist. If you're familiar with individualist, that's where I went for the interview because I had worked in narrative and I had worked in point of view, which is still around as far as I know. Anyway, so individualist was like high scale clothes, girl, night out on the town, super professional businesswoman. And they also were selling jeans, which used to be in kind of the let me shop with my dad's credit card area. And it was during the recession, and I went in and the lady wanted me to sell these $100 jeans during the recession, and I did not believe that that was a good idea, so I could not sell it. But at the same time, during that same time, I was selling $1,000 knife sets because I worked at Cutco. And why wasn't I able to sell the $100 jeans, but I was able to sell the $1,000 knives? Because I believe that those knives really were going to help people and that it would save them money over time. But those jeans, I was like, you can get a nice pair of jeans for 50 bucks. You don't need to spend 100 bucks to get, so I wasn't able to sell it. So if you can't sell it, then it's not going to work for you. So that's why it has to be unique. You have to be part of it. If you're on YouTube, then people are going to see you and you are the brand. And if you can't sell, you know, the name that's connected to who you are, then it's not going to make any sense. Like, for example, if I were to call my channel Emo Girl, it wouldn't work because I'm so not, right? Just things to keep in mind as you are brainstorming. Okay, if you're having a hard time still thinking, and these are more big picture ideas, go out there into the world, okay? Go to the store, go to the mall, look at brand names, see what they are and see what their brand is selling, see what their services are offering. You can do that in real life, which you can actually touch IRL, or you can actually just go online and look in the niche that you're in and see what are people's brand names and how do people respond to that, how many followers or views are behind that brand name, and why is it that that brand name is really standing out. Here are those tools I told you about. Namecheck.com. I checked them out. I love it. It lets you know about the domain name, which you absolutely have to have a domain name. Your blog, it's your home base where people go. If you don't know about that, I'm having a course coming out on that soon. So if you're not connected to what I'm doing, you better connect now. Okay, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Another one that I checked out, they're mostly good for social media to kind of see what's out there, is namechecker.com. I'll put that in the link in the description box below as well. And I also have a blog post for you guys. You can just click on the link. All the information will be there. They're great for social media. Look up whatever it is that you are using for your name and see what's already available on Google. Just type it into Google and see what comes up, and then you can see if you want to associate yourself with that. So let's go look at some names. The more unique, the better. If you can make something up, okay, then that will make it very unique to you and people will be able to find you that way. And I've created different brands, mostly surrounding my name, and I love my name. Like, I thank my parents for my name. I don't know, maybe that's a little too confident, cocky of me, but I do. I love my name, and I said, thank you, Mom, for my name. I looked it up. I know what it means, and it fits me very well. And so maybe your name does. And if it doesn't, then just use something else. But more so than anything, don't get caught up on this. Don't let it be the thing that stops you from moving on to being and doing what you're supposed to be doing. Just start doing it, because people are out there waiting for your content, and they can't do it unless you just put a name on it and get it started. You can always change it at any time according to YouTube. So hey, do it. I hope that this helps. If you guys have questions, you can always email me at askchauntel@gmail.com. Please leave your name below so we can see or your name ideas. Comment, let people know if they're on the right track, if they should continue. Always share, you know, these things with people around you, the people that you care about, get their feedback, and it'll totally help you to build the best brand. Well, I'm Chauntel Delgado. Thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell if you haven't already. Don't forget to create meaning so that you can do more of what you love. Now go watch this video.